Good morning, everyone. Well, today we're back with 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And our sketch artist today is Nicole Leatherby. And she basically has a scene here, some clouds up in the sun, up in the sky. She's got some bricks, she's got some fencing, flowers, and some butterfly and dragonfly. And so you could maybe take it as, you know, a layer of paper here, a layer of paper here, and then one back here. And but I'm going to use it as the scene. And I'm using the, what is it called? It is called Wildwood Secrets. And it has all these little animals on it. It's got a piece of wood here in the middle, like a slice of wood. Cut right out of a tree, and little animals and the flowers. It's just beautiful, and it's on this beautiful wood background. Okay, I took Ashton over to my friend's house, and she lives on a farm, and I think this is just perfect because he's sitting on this big chunk of wood here, or just part of a tree, big part of a tree. And anyhow, and then he kind of took off. So it's like he was really good for the 2 pictures, and then he was on his way. And then he was running with this stick, or he picked up a stick on the way back. I'm not sure. But I thought this is really cute, the 3 pictures. Now her pictures were 3 by 3. Mine are 3 by 3.5, because I didn't want to cut out all the background. I mean, you see there's a bunch more wood back here. They heat with wood. Mostly, and so I just thought this is perfect, and I'm gonna glue them down, and I'm gonna need that invisible ruler, and you know how I look for that every single time. Oh, here it is. At least it wasn't hiding underneath something. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tape these down, and my goal is to kind of not cover up the animals, because when you're over there, they actually have rabbits, they have chickens, they had goats for a while. Trying to think of what all they have over there. The rabbits, chickens, you might see a fox. I know a fox got into their hen house once. That was not good. You could see a raccoon over there. I do have a raccoon, but I haven't planned on putting him in there, but maybe I'll get him in there. Groundhogs. Trying to think all the things that I might have seen. Deer. Okay, and I'm shooting for the middle here. Okay, so 5.5, 7.5. Okay, this is the center, and this is the one where he's looking at me, so that's going to be my center one. This was afterwards, because I know it was afterwards where I had to, there's a path that goes down to the Big Blue River. We actually had a baptism there last Sunday, and he was heading right down that path. So it would have taken him a long time to get down there, because it's a walk. Except for he was running, of course. Okay, so I'm just kind of putting a 1/16 of an inch probably between there. Hers are maybe a little bit further, but it looks about the same, I think. Okay, and then since I've covered up this little, he's not a groundhog, hedgehog. Since I covered him up, I am gonna bring him back by putting another one over him, and it's either the same size or very close. Okay, and then I have a mushroom, because I covered up the mushroom with him. So whenever I use these really busy papers, and I'm using like the scene in them, I try to bring back what I cover up with the pictures. And I love collage. I love to see things overlapping, so I try to overlap the pictures somewhat. And so I'm gonna put this right back where it was, which I've covered up. Okay. And then now we do have a deer here. I've covered up now the strawberry plants. Oh, and they did have strawberries. They don't have strawberries right now, I don't think. But I'm trying to find me a place to put my little messy stuff that I'm gonna, little pieces of paper from the dimensionals. So they have had strawberries. I don't think they have strawberries right now, but they might have had strawberries when he was over there, because I know they had them for a while. And I think these pictures were from last year or the year before. Oh, they must have been last year, because oh, I don't know. The haircut's throwing me. But yeah, he liked it over there. He would have totally ran wild around there all day long. Okay, now this is a big strawberry plant, but I only have a little strawberry plant, so I'm gonna put that over it, just so that I'm not covering it with that mushroom. Okay. Now, over here, I love this little bird. I really have a hard time not using birds if I get the opportunity. So I am gonna put this bird over here, because you definitely see a lot of birds over at their farm. I'm trying to think of all the other animals. Oh, they have cows. Okay. They had the goats. I'm trying to think of what. They probably had the goats when we were over there. Well, depending on when it was. The goats were so funny to watch them, because they just like bounce around. It's just hilarious. And sometimes you'd see like, you know, a chicken on the back of one of the big goats or something. That's so funny. Okay, so I've got this bird, and I'm just gonna stick it kind of down here on the branch, bottom part of the branch. So I think that's super cute. Okay, this squirrel got covered up, so I'm gonna uncover him. Well, I'm gonna bring him back to the front by bringing in a new one. And so there just happened to be one that was the right size, the right pose. So I'm putting that one there. Okay, and so I'm just gonna try to put him right in the same place, which, okay, that's good there. So he's almost on Ashton's head. But I like bringing him back to the front again. Now, the Rileys also have rabbits. And then plus you would see rabbits just running around there. Well, you see rabbits running around our house too. Rabbits, squirrels. The squirrels are playing squirrel tag today. And then they'd have to stop and eat a nut every now and then. Must have been playing so hard. Okay, so I've got this little rabbit. I'm going to stick him down here in the corner. And I like how he almost blends in, because that's how the rabbits are. Now I do have this little raccoon. I just don't know where I would put him if I put him in here. But I know sometimes you see raccoons over there. See, he seems out of proportion next to the squirrel, because he'd be so much bigger. And I know they have foxes. I'm sure they have owls. I just don't know where to put him if I bring him in. So I think I'm going to skip him. Okay. So I'm going to use Wild Nature, and that could be the things that are going on over there, or it could be Ashton. Either one of them is fitting.
You can say that again.
I didn't see that coming. Wink, wink. Okay. And it looks like I need a little bit of glue on underneath this leaf. And I was deciding all these different colors. I don't know what to have for enamel dots, but I think I'm going to use these ones because they will just look like water drops.
Did you just say enamel dots?
Did I? I have no idea.
You did.
I did?
Enamel dots, Terry. Show 'em where to put 'em now.
It's almost like he hasn't had enough singing time today. And I know he has. Because this morning he was singing. Okay, tell me if you remember this song. Or he's not singing it, he's whistling it. Harper Valley PTA. Tell me if you know that tune. It's so funny because it's like, I remember when that song came out, and I think my mom bought the album, and so it's like I knew it. So he was whistling that one day after listening to the oldie station, and so I just started singing it, and it just cracked him up that I knew all the words. So if you're old enough to remember that song, let me know. Okay, so I've got some down here in these two clusters, and then I'm going to put some up here in this other bigger cluster. So I'll have my little triangle. Maybe I'll stick one in here. And another one over here, the smaller ones. Okay, I think that's good there. I don't know, I always feel like when I have like kind of this other little cluster over here, I always feel like that one's missing out. So maybe I'll stick one over here too. Just kind of in the beginning of it. Okay. All right, so that's it for today. And I'd like to thank Nicole for this sketch because it totally gave me this idea. I gotta say, the sketches are always just amazing, and they really deserve to be called sketch artists. So thank you for joining me. Oh, I'll be back actually in just a few minutes right after this, and I'm gonna do a drawing for the what are they? The drawing for the ATCs, so the artist trading cards. So I'm gonna do that right after this, but I'll have close-up of this at the end, and then I'll have another little mini video. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye.